call to order the meeting of the select board. Ask you to rise for pledge allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What we want to do is the warrants and the minutes from August 6th. No. August 20th, isn't it?
I'll make a motion to approve all as presented.
All second, all in favor? It's unanimous. Next meeting of the select board is scheduled for September 3rd, 5:30 here at Town Hall. Is no old business this evening. New business item 1. Meet with Jeremy Ward regarding the project on Casey's Crossing.
Yes, sir.
Floor is yours.
You want me to come up here?
Whenever you're comfortable.
All right. So first off, I want to apologize for completely forgetting the August 6th meetings. I begged Julie and John to get me on there, and then I completely forgot, so my apologies. So here tonight, just to talk to you briefly, do some concerns about our operation at Casey's Crossing, obviously in West Bath. So just want to go back just a little bit of history on the property. My wife and I obviously built a house up there. The hill road is currently essentially posted for weight limit. So we were trying to be a little cognizant of that. So we actually put a new road from Barry's Mill Road into our property. So we were never driving over a posted road coming straight from State Road. As things developed, we decided to put it in a residential building, is what we applied for a couple of years ago. In the meantime, we've had a dispute with our neighbors, ruffled some feathers, and so we had some disagreements on property lines. Come to find out, the property lines were actually accurate. Our neighbor was sometimes a nuisance, so we made an agreement with him, and there was a time limit on that nuisance agreement. And after that nuisance agreement was up, I received a note 30 days later that there's a problem with our operations at Casey's Crossing. So going back a little bit, we pulled a permit a couple years ago, followed all state standards, town standards, and as of today, we are still meeting all of those. From my understanding, somebody is considering that we are in excess over there for removing the material to put this building in, all right? So I'm here tonight just to show you kind of roughly what we have in our thoughts, along with the permit that we provided John in December of '24, as well as the new one that's proposed at this point. I think John has some conditions with the new permit, which we really can't accept at this point, based on the area that we have cleared. So I just want to run that by you guys tonight, so you can see what we're actually trying to do and develop. Okay? You guys got any questions so far?
No.
Well, I guess I'm catching up because you have a commercial business, but that's not what you're talking about here. You're talking about your private residence.
Correct.
And the vehicle traffic that you're not taking to Hill Road, you're taking to Barry's Mill, is just for construction?
It's for anything that's over, so pretty much everything that we have essentially is overweight.
So you're parking your commercial vehicles, like you take them home. Is that what you're talking about? I'm just trying to figure out what the traffic is.
So the traffic is...
I know that's kind of secondary to what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, I understand. So some of the traffic is, number one, our race hauler, so which is a recreational sport, right? It's not for commerce, which weighs 80,000 pounds.
Right.
So that's essentially not allowed on Hill Road, right? So my vehicle with a skid steer on the back of it exceeds that weight limit. So whether it's a personal skid steer, whether we're using it for commerce, either way, we're avoiding Hill Road and using State Road instead. Okay?
We love that because that is a state maintained road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
and I think, yeah,
It's state-owned.
yeah, maintained, I use that term loosely.
so I blew up a bigger version of our permit. And we can actually use this as the second item too to discuss, so we can leave it open. Ferry's Mill Road is over here, okay? Sam Russell, we actually crossed his property, we have an easement. So we secured an easement a few years ago to achieve this particular goal. Our residence is here. So this road now goes all the way through to our personal property, to our personal residence, okay? What we're proposing is this building footprint here. We have a septic design for this building. It's gonna have an apartment above as well. So it doesn't show the topo here, but this was like a 20-foot elevation difference, so it's like an A essentially. And it dropped 20 feet on each side. So to put this building in this particular area, we had to do cuts and fills in there so we could actually get the building level, so we're not putting it up on a mountain essentially. So, which took a large amount of blasting, and to export that material and build these roads to get through here, we crushed and processed the material while we were on site. Some would make others to believe that we're operating a quarry out there, okay? That is, in fact...
It does have a quarry-like look to it.
Yeah.
So I can see where they would get that impression.
Yeah, so that's in fact incorrect. Obviously, we have a building permit from years ago prior to starting the process, right? And from a financial standpoint, if it was a quarry and we ever got shot down, it's probably a $500,000 investment that would no longer be able to be removed. You know, so it's not, without talking to you guys about doing a quarry, it's probably not a great option, financial option.
Sure.
All right. So moving forward, we've blasted to a point where we thought we could get the building in there. And unfortunately, we're 58 feet from the face of the ledge to the edge of the building, okay? And I just brought in just one, so this is a race hauler right here. It's 84 feet long. So obviously you can't drive this vehicle out of the building without running into the ledge, all right? And I'm going somewhere with all this eventually, sorry.
No, I appreciate the detail.
So this vehicle is proposed to go into the proposed building. This is a 120 by 100, okay? So when this...
What's full length, 80?
This is 82 feet full
82,
length.
okay.
Yeah, and then they say you add 45% for swing radius. So by the time you get out of there, you're looking at, what, 120 something feet. So we're still 60 feet short of our goal. That doesn't mean that we can't move this building, we're just not at that point where we can actually make that decision right now. However, going back to the conditions of the permit, we can't accept the new building permit from John with those conditions because we still may have to remove that ledge.
Okay.
So we don't want to tie our hands at this point to put the building, to go through all of this effort to, you know, not put the building where we need to. So here's our septic, you know, here's a sketch of the building. I don't know if you guys really care, to be honest with you, but that's essentially what we're putting in there. So drive in, drive out. We did change the size of the building. This past year, things changed and developed for us. So that's where we are. We have to do a little bit more blasting. So, all right.
Okay.
So, we're currently right now, from my understanding, the holdup on this whole process is we are in excess, from my understanding. I'm just curious, A, what is excess and who determines that?
Not us. I don't know who.
In excess of what?
And I'm assuming
Material.
excess that you could extract. Is that the question?
I just heard we were in excess on the project.
From a private entity or from?
Codes officer, John Meany.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think our attorney asked if it was in excess. And it's anything Jeremy does to is compared to the average person. John said, I
Yeah, I
know.
mean, ultimately, none of this, at this stage, falls under the purview of this board. It's codes, it's planning board, they're the ones who issue and oversee permitting.
okay.
Well, this is
This-
residential, so it wouldn't go to the planning board.
Correct.
No.
So it's codes, and if there was a dispute, it would go to appeals.
Mhm.
Right. So I guess, I guess I'm not being clear. I'm just looking for an avenue on which, so we have a huge investment into this project right
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for some type of direction on where we're headed. So it sounds like to me that we're like moving forward. We're good to go to continue on with this, with the permit process and keep building this project.
Yeah, I would refer to code enforcement.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
ultimately.
they haven't, John hasn't stopped you.
I think the question to pose to John is what you just asked us. And then depending on his answer, you either proceed, or I think you go to the Board of Appeals and ask them to
Okay.
determination.
Okay, because when I spoke to John, he said that the select board was the one that was gonna,
We do
Give us the
not,
answer.
we do not have that authority.
okay,
Yeah.
fair
I
enough.
think in the beginning, but things have changed quite a bit over the weeks.
So our meeting that we had with John, he said at the end of the day, no matter what the attorney says, the select board is gonna be the one that makes the determination. When, the meeting that I had with John.
And then things have changed since that meeting
They have?
about doing conditions on a permit, different things different options.
Okay. I guess I wasn't aware of all those.
Oh, because there was a,
That one I just received this morning, and John's not in.
Oh, okay.
He's-
That's why I
so
wouldn't
the
know.
Yeah,
consent
we do.
agreement would have been, with the, like, the board would have had to sign a consent agreement?
Yeah, that was mentioned
Right.
at the very beginning.
But rather than that, it would be handled through code enforcement.
That's one I got received today, and John's on vacation today.
Okay, what does this particular document say? Is it something that we can
But-
share with everybody?
Yeah. It's conditions on the permit instead of the consent agreement.
Yeah, it's just this,
Oh, okay.
which is exactly what Julie just said. So rather than having a separate document, it would just be conditions within your building permit.
Oh. Well, this sounds like it's,
Easier.
yeah,
Yeah, they're working together on
okay.
making things.
This is good? Okay,
Yeah. That's why you didn't know about that.
okay, fantastic. Well, this sounds, like it'll probably work for both parties.
I don't think John's seen it. Unless he
Okay,
checked his email this morning.
You can hold on to that if you want.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. All right,
It's
so,
good to let people know what's going on. in
Yeah,
case
no,
they get it
I think it's helpful,
Yeah,
not
And
trying to
especially
be
if you-
difficult, I just
No,
want to keep boards separated, and
sure,
it's not something frankly we've always done a good job of, and so we're trying to make sure we all stay in our lanes and not overstep each other.
got it. Well, I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Um,
You want to roll, one on this one?
No, I think we're good. Again, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed where we were at.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Obviously, my wife and I's feelings and position, so you guys knew
Sure.
moving forward if you heard anything else further,
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Yeah, certainly we can move on to the next item if you'd like.
All right, item 2, regarding a possible land donation.
All right, again, my name is Jeremy Wharf. Town resident. Through the years, obviously I've been a town resident here for quite some time. Traveling down through Hill Road, we can always see some of the imperfections and some room to improve. We did some work on Hill Road, I don't know how long ago, was it 10 or 15 years ago, in the Long Cove area.
Mhm.
We did some widening out and doing some stabilizing of the road, because it was falling into Long Cove essentially. In the last 18 months, it's dropped probably anywhere from 8 inches to a foot, probably, on the water side, and starting to deteriorate. So my wife and I were talking, and we own property that abuts Hill Road in the Long Cove area, which is high.
Completely separate property, right? This doesn't.
Completely separate property. Yep, this is owned by Jeremy and Cassandra Wharf. So, hold on. Julie, what do I got going on
What's
here?
the map doing?
Oh, I got it right here.
The other one
Yeah.
that fell in it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, so we're looking at pink or yellow?
We're gonna look at both, because
Okay.
there's two separate options. So the pink here is abutting Jeremy and Cassandra Wharf property that we are willing to donate to the town of West Bath for improvements, if you guys see fit. We would like to actually do the work if we donate the property to the town of West Bath, Midcoast Excavation. Would like to do the work
Mhm.
if you guys decide to move forward. And this would gain essentially 50 or 60 feet potentially of traveled way that the town would have access to.
What would the work entail?
It would be a lot of ledge removal,
Mhm.
and it would be cutting and filling and reinstall road base and paving in these particular areas. And then at the same time, you know, it's in the same section of road, there's like a hard hairpin turn,
Mhm.
probably another 1,000 feet up there, which Zach Pickering and Chad Fromiller own, and it's right on a point, it kind of goes around their property. I've talked to them before about doing something there. I could revisit and help that curve all at the same time. So it'd be part of the same reconstruction program.
Non-binding rough estimate, back of the napkin, how much does a project like this
So this,
cost?
the pink project here, I would estimate probably 300,000, I'm guessing.
At that level, it's gonna have to go to bid. There's no way of avoiding it.
Okay. Well, that's not a deal killer for us, I'd have to talk to my wife again and see how it is. I mean,
She's shaking her head no.
No, it's not a deal, to me. I would prefer to not have a hairpin turn. Sorry, excuse my interruption, but,
this is the ledge cut
yeah,
on our property.
I know, I'm just saying that.
Okay.
That whole area is sketchy. It's a scary turn.
Sure.
Could be better.
Yeah,
I would
no,
love it.
yeah. But again, we haven't always done the best job of following our policies, and we have a pretty clear road maintenance policy now, where the dollar threshold is determined, either it's, you know, written estimates or bids. And
Okay.
At 300,000, that's gonna have to be engineered and go to bid.
Definitely will have to be engineered, yep, for sure. Okay. Again, it's not off the table, we
Okay.
definitely want to help and improve.
Sure.
It's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be, somebody's gonna have to put more money into it,
Right.
or it's gonna be impassable.
Yep, completely understand.
So when we get to that point, we're definitely on board to help, for sure.
Okay, great.
But that might be something for the road commissioner to look into
Yeah,
as well.
obviously, that's a starting point.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, trust your experience and knowledge as well.
Yeah.
Agree, it's an opportunity to improve one of our town roads. Fortunately, down road we just stayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave,
Very
you have a
nice.
question?
Yes, Jeremy, is this one area where the guardrails fall over
Yes,
and sinking?
yeah,
So the long-term proposal is to start at the sharp corner on top of the hill on the east side and straighten out coming down towards Long Cove
It would be more like did you see the new driveway that was put in?
Yep,
It would be from there straight down to like Darlings. So you'd be taking out that curve, you'd be moving it back like 30 or 40 feet, the actual road base itself. So right in front of Zach Pickering's would stay
Yeah.
the same, and then my thought was we'd go in there like 20 or 30 feet on Frohmiller's on that sharp corner.
and come down through.
Correct. Yeah. So it'd still have a gradual sweep, but it would be, you could manage it and navigate with the truck and trailer without going in the other lane.
Right into the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you.
Other than that, that's all I had.
Certainly appreciate the offer and bringing it to our attention. Maybe, touch base with Steve and kind of, you guys talk through it. And
Yeah.
see what his recommendation is and see where we go from there. And obviously we have to work through the budget process and.
Sure. Definitely not
I
a
wish we
tomorrow
had
thing.
$300,000 sitting around waiting for something to do, but we don't currently.
Yeah, understood. All right.
Appreciate it.
Think long-term about this because that is
Right.
Yeah,
It's more of a long,
sustainable.
it's more of a long term, we were just bringing it to you because essentially we just did that driveway in there, so it kind of was in our heads when we were talking, discussing this, and Jeremy had mentioned that essentially, in the long run, it would be a good to have that land. So you
seems
can
like there
build-
must be grant funding out there as well as we start focusing on sea level rise and storm damage.
That's a
That's
resiliency
impact.
problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's something we.
I can talk to Max about that.
Okay.
Max and Steve.
You guys have any questions for me moving forward?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, appreciate it.
Did
Appreciate
you
your
have his
time.
hand
I
raised?
just want to say that the town will have to address that guardrail sinking on the right-hand side,
Sure.
going up the hill. It's sinking.
Yeah.
So the road is giving away on that water side. And if I would suggest talk to Max and see if we can get something.
So our Resilience Day is looking for this kind of input.
Right,
The what?
resilience committee.
Resilience Day.
That's September 23rd at 3 o'clock at the fire hall.
Oh, we do? Got it. Okay.
But there is, lots of grant money for projects like this. So
Yeah.
we should look,
Absolutely.
check with Max.
But we have to have this study done first.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. To make eligible.
Correct.
Yeah, let's start the conversation now so we have the details for budget season and see if we can work out.
That on an extra
All right. Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time, and sorry again for last meeting.
All good. Appreciate it. Brings us to item 3. Meet with Alonda's Jenks regarding past due taxes.
This is Jonathan Nathan.
Welcome. What do we got going on here?
You have this.
Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. They let the taxes go way in arrears. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it dug out. The land is agreed, that I'd have control of the property if I took care of the taxes, paid, past and current,
Mm-hmm.
and allowed her to remain there. So, I'm just trying to get it, see if there's any of the penalties or interest or anything we could knock off to get it down to a more manageable amount, and so that more of what I pay is paying on the principal rather than,
Sure.
so much on interest and fees and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I completely get it, nobody's saying anybody's wrong for putting all that on there, because they've let it go for so long. But
Sure.
just trying to get it where it works for everybody.
Yep, nope, understood. So currently, this is up to date
Correct.
The principal is 22,263.73 with interest of $6,858.03. Fees of $753.69 for a total due of $29,875.45.
And you've paid 4,000
Yeah,
to date?
Yeah.
Weekly payments.
Has the town attorney blessed this agreement?
Well, if this gets paid off, John understands they put claims back to Towanda.
right.
And then it's up to them
Okay,
to,
so it's not transferring to the town at all?
No, I can't,
I see.
no, no.
So you're just trying to negotiate maybe some of the interest on this?
Right. yeah, like I said, just trying to get it where, you know, more of what I pay goes to
Yeah.
actually getting there, you know, rather than only 65% of what I pay actually goes on the principal, or roughly.
And the select board has the authority to waive interest in
Interest.
specific cases?
Costs you can't, because that's
That's like
the
filing fees?
filing fees in mailing.
Initial thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't really know we were, I mean, I knew we were gonna talk about this, but I didn't really, I guess, I said, I'm certainly not opposed to crediting some of the interest. It's certainly nice to even have payment on this, moving in the correct
Yeah,
direction.
it's
and
been
get this
a while.
Off the books.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and certainly collecting, 22,000, a lot better than zero.
Right. But there's also the
The
fairness.
challenging thing is, you're paying, somebody else is benefiting. Bluntly, what happens if you stop paying and the other person still has the benefit of not having, we don't have the leverage, frankly, of the interest of that.
Right, yeah, no, I get that, you know, but I mean, in the end, if, you know, I would be out as well if I stopped paying, because,
Sure.
you know, I mean, I plan to keep paying, is the thing, you know, just trying to get it where it's not such a drawn out process, and, you know, like I said, just trying to get it a little more manageable.
Sure.
You know, like I
Yeah,
said,
I
I
understand
don't
that.
feel like I'm entitled to any special treatment or anything.
You don't currently have a purchase and sale agreement for the house, we just have this.
Well,
risk
right.
transfer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Which, I mean, right now, that's probably about as good as I can do until it actually comes out of foreclosure. Because you can't transfer anything while it's there.
Sure. Any public comment?
I may have a recommendation. Maybe satisfy the tax bill, not including the insurance, and then after it's satisfied, then the board could waive the interest. Essentially at the end of the day.
Right,
That way, in case somebody fails or defaults.
rather than doing it up front, do it
Yeah.
at the end
That
of the
was-
process.
Yeah, I mean, that's
My mind was
fine.
heading in a similar direction.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine either way, you know.
Mhm.
It's still heading in the right direction.
Yeah. Any other public comment? Yeah, Dave.
How many years since the taxes started behind?
Back to
2016, so 10
16,
years.
yeah, 10 years.
It was 12. He's paid 2 off. And they're
And just
consistent
to be clear,
payments.
you're not behind.
Yeah,
Property owner. is.
right, yeah.
Do we have the authority to pause interest from accruing?
You may be able to do it on 23 back. Because this is the only account that's 23 and back. I think it's, if you do it, it's all accounts for that year. I don't think you can pick one of them. But Trio may has updated that. I can check that into that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we don't, then it doesn't, if the interest is still accruing as he pays, it prolongs catching up with the balance. Right?
Or it'd be waived at the end, right? So you take the actual principal balance as of today, right? It would still occur until it's settled, and then you would waive at the last payment.
When 6,800 is
Yeah.
still due.
Can you apply payments just to the
I
principal
guess
and
that's
not to
a better
the
question.
interest?
Yeah, thanks.
I think
Somebody
it's
did
set
that.
up so you can only, it automatically goes to oldest taxes due first.
I know that's the default,
But I can check on that one as well.
Yeah, philosophically, I'm not opposed to, waiving interest due once the outstanding principal is paid in full. I don't, I'm a little hesitant to do it, proactively
Right.
because of the
Yeah, no, I completely get that, that's fine, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be taken off like immediately
Sure.
or nothing, you know, just so long as I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a huge win for the town if we can collect the 22.2.
Right, yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
and
like-
to not be able to do that over 6,000 seems foolhardy to me.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you know, I'm gonna be paying
Yeah.
either way, but,
Sure.
you know.
How do we do this as a motion?
as a motion, I would make a motion to allow for Mr. Neto to pay off taxes on map U12, lot 1. And when the principal amount has been paid off, so once he has paid $22,263.73, the town will take care of, negate, credit the 6,800, well, whatever the interest is that has accrued, we will take that off the account. So you are only responsible through 2026 for $22,263.73. Any taxes going forward, 2027, do we want to continue to waive interest until taxes are paid in full? Or cap it at 2026?
I think we cap it at 2026.
That's right. Fair enough.
How do we feel about that motion?
Did you
So
get
looking
that?
at the
Did you
town
get
clerk,
that
did that sound,
I got it.
can we make that work?
I can make that work.
Love that.
So,
So that's my motion.
I will ask one clarifying question to make sure I understand.
Okay.
The intent of the motion is that, Mr. Nato pays the outstanding 22,263.73 plus any additional future taxes. In exchange, the town will waive the, interest
Correct.
accrued prior to tax year 27.
And in addition to the principal, he will need to pay the costs,
Right.
which at this point are $753.69.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Right?
We're on-
That
we're on
to
the
be
same
left out of
page.
the party.
Yeah, no,
I will second that motion.
Okay.
Any additional discussion on the motion? All in favor? That is unanimous.
All right.
Thank you for your donation to the town.
On one of your copies, circle the principal and the cost and just sign it. So we'll have something on record. Thank you, Joe.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Brings us to item 4, discuss work completed around 28 Church Point Road. So at our last meeting, on the residents of 28 Church Point, and then back prior to that, she had emailed us some concerns, some photos. We removed about 20 feet, I believe was the number, of their driveway, which was recently installed. We removed about 28 feet of that when we did the reconstruction on Birch Point. It was in the original engineered plans, according to the engineer who joined Julie and I in a meeting last week. It was done in accordance with those plans, and then to the specs of those plans. After that point in time, we then did a second project. So these are actually 2 separate projects, which adds a layer of complexity and perhaps a communication breakdown to that.
Same
We did an
contractor?
overlay. So
No.
Different contractor.
different contractor did an overlay on the Birch Point Road. And so, I'm not a paving contractor, and there's an experienced contractor in the room, so I'm probably gonna get this wrong. From what I understand, the aggregate in the asphalt for the patch is larger than the aggregate in the overlay. And so aesthetically, the patch and the road don't match.
By road, you mean the driveway?
The driveway, 20
Which
feet.
is a long driveway, so it's like a road.
Well, but the 20-foot patch is what they're
Okay.
concerned about. They are asking that an overlay be done to the patch. Frankly, I think had this been one project, the overlay would have been done on the patch that would have matched, wouldn't have had any issues. Typically, when we do overlays, we just ramp into the driveways and don't do any overlay in driveways. This
Why did they go so
feels,
far in?
that was
The
the
way the
extent,
road-
that was the extent of the town's right of way. So they went to the end of the,
Oh.
they knew there was going to be a seam and said, logically, we're going to put this seam at the end of the right of way. And they had to peel up the asphalt and make a very slight grade change for water flow. And again, it was in the engineered plans. In speaking with the property owner, her ask is that we do an overlay on a 20-foot section. And Steve pulled together a quote for us of $2,500 to do overlay shiplap on front ends of the drive. Is that an accurate summary of our meeting? Again, I don't feel like either of the 2 contractors did anything wrong. There was no overlay in the original specs because it was done as a separate project. Why they were separated as 2 projects predates you and I being on the board.
The whole road was overlaid at the same time,
Got it.
when all 3 projects were done.
So we have the opportunity to remedy for $2,500. We can say, no, this is how we do these projects.
Well, that's it, it's our right of way. I'm very torn because it seems like the road is perfectly, or the driveway is perfectly acceptable as is, and yet I can understand a property owner that spends a large amount of money to pave their driveway for the first time, you get excited about it, and then so many months later,
Yeah.
it does not look like you envisioned it. I can understand the frustration with that.
Yeah.
But that is, I mean, that's a significant amount for the town to eat for aesthetic purposes as well. Let's go to the,
Public comment.
yes,
Is there any issue as far as the quality of the work, or the hot top's not right, or besides the color?
did any of them analyze it for its integrity with the, because I know there was a line.
Yeah, her concern is, that you know, they spent all this money to redo their driveway, and now this section is gonna crack.
Is
Both
it
of
in
the
the town's
comments.
right away? It's in the town's right away, she wants redone?
Yes.
And as far as the job itself, there's no problem with the quality of the work or materials, as far as you know?
As far as I know, no.
So,
It's a he said, she said, where they have told us, the contractor said we would come in and do an overlay on this as well. And I wasn't there, I don't know what was said, what was not said. You know, I agree with you, 2,500 is a meaningful amount of money. I also feel 2,500 isn't exorbitant. As we continue to do more road projects and we are gonna run into this, maybe we need to look at how we do these projects, and the more we ask taxpayers to pay for these projects, we need to be sure we're giving them a product that they're happy with. And I realize we're never gonna make everyone happy, I'm fully aware of that.
Was the engineer, did they do a final inspection on the project?
Project one,
Did they do a final inspection on project two?
I don't know the answer to that.
That was just a number.
Yeah, I don't know,
We didn't
we
have
don't
that
do
engineered.
inspections on overlays, do we?
oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be accurate to say the project engineer was a little surprised to find we did not do an overlay on the patch.
That's what it sounds like to me as well. Like it probably should have been done at the time of the overlay.
I think, again, I don't think anyone did anything wrong. I can see the logic of contractor one, you know, making sure it was finished off, knowing they weren't gonna be the one to come back and do any additional work on that site. And so I think part of this cost is we're gonna now need to go in and grind away some of that so that it lines up and is flush and all that with that cut seam. My thought is, again, not a contractor, if they knew they were coming back to do an overlay, they would have left that base course a little bit low, and then you wouldn't have had to do that grinding to flush it out again. But in this transition, we have two different contractors. We changed our purchasing policy and completely turned over our select board.
Yeah.
And the second contractor probably didn't know it was in the right of way.
Second contractor was doing an overlay. And,
Mhm.
you know, I've driven around now, I've looked at them, the way we did that one is the way we do the other ones. I think what is unique here is we cut out a section of their driveway and didn't, in their mind, didn't return it to them in the same condition it was before we excavated.
And it was recently improved. If you had an older driveway, you'd probably just be happy.
Sure.
So it sounds like you're inclined to move forward.
I've gone back and forth, argued with myself at great lengths on this.
Where would the money come from if we did this? Would this come out of the road budget?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
paving.
I'm also fine tabling and talking about it next meeting when Ashley's here to weigh in as well.
One more question.
We
No,
we
so-
can close
so-
public
So
comment.
next month is tough for overlay for temperatures. So if you do table,
No pressure.
so just wanted to throw that out there.
Plus you gotta get on the books. Did our road commissioner say how quickly he could get on this? Would it be a spring project anyway?
He did not say. We really have crickets.
Right. Well, that's why we get paid the big bucks to make these decisions. I'm going to make a motion
Less than this.
to move forward with the proposed estimate to correct the, I don't want to say correct, to redo the overlay as requested by the property owners at 28 Birch Point Road.
I will second that. Discussion? All in favor? Yes.
No more tossing it back and forth.
There's value in that.
Public
Brings us
comment?
to item 5, public comment.
I think that's a good call.
Thank you. We try to make it.
Wasn't easy.
We don't always do, but we try. Additional public comment?
He's talking,
Motion to adjourn? No.
Future agenda items, September 17th, the land RFP is due. If folks aren't aware, it is on our website. We are soliciting proposals for about a 40-acre parcel of land up near the transfer station. Maps and details are all available on the website. So it's a piece of town-owned land that we're looking for opportunity to return to the tax rolls. Candidates night. I guess that's not future. Any additional future agenda items?
I was talking with Julie earlier, we're going to add records archiving to the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right, item 7, select board comments and announcements. Just a reminder, the Resilience Committee is holding a Resilience Day, September 23rd from 3 to 6 at the fire department. And reminder that nomination papers are available. 1 select board seat and 2 school board seats will be on the ballot this year. And candidates night is scheduled for October 1st.
First. I know it's the first Thursday, I think it's the first.
Yes.
Any other announcements, comments?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor? Unanimous. Thanks, everyone.